So I'm doing teaching history for my discipline. Um, this is the second option for the final. So math is bad, science is bad, language arts is, you guessed it, bad. I always say, the truth hurts. Now that I have your attention, your discipline is not that bad, but history is the best. Edmund Burke once stated, "Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it." There are many different parts of history. There's ancient times, which is 600 BC to 476 AD. There's the Middle Ages, which is 476 AD to 1450 AD. There's the early modern art, which is 1450 AD to 1750 AD. Then there's the modern era, which is 1750 AD to now. So there's 4 different parts to history. Why do we learn about history? History can help us understand change. We can learn from the past. It tells us true stories about good things and bad things. It allows us to see how far we have progressed. History helps us understand different cultures. It can also help us find the truth and find facts. It can also inspire change, which I will talk about later on. Some interesting historical topics / moments. The American Revolution, which we all know about. Civil Rights Movement. Hammurabi's Code, which is the Babylon Code. It's one of the first sets of laws ever created. Dolly the sheep, which was the first animal to be cloned. The Egyptian pyramids, which there are a lot of conspiracy theories about those. The Cold War, and the Roman Empire. History fun fact for you guys. Juliana was awarded the Blue Cross Medal. She extinguished an incendiary bomb. What I did not tell you about this whole situation was that Juliana was a dog, and she extinguished that bomb by peeing on it. So yeah, that's your interesting fact for the day. I believe history is cool because we are living through history every single day. We have lived through many historical events, and hopefully we live through more of those historical events, but they're more good than they are bad. I think the best part of history is that there is always more to learn about. However, sometimes that history we do not know can be extremely sad. Here are some examples, and these examples are not usually taught in schools for whatever reason. First, we have the Tulsa Massacre, which happened in 1921. A man of color was falsely accused of assaulting a white woman. The accusation led to over 300 people of color being killed, and the city was burned down at the same time. The Rosewood Massacre, which is a lot like the Tulsa Massacre, happened in 1923. The town of Rosewood in Florida was burned to the ground. A young white woman claimed she had been assaulted by a man of color. This led to a white mob burning down the entire town of Rosewood. The good and the bad. There are many great moments in history. The light bulb, the end of Nazi Germany, women gaining the right to vote, the end of slavery in the United States, and there are many other great moments. There are also some really bad moments in history. We talked about the Tulsa Massacre and the Rosewood Massacre. There's also the Wounded Knee Massacre. That's when a bunch of Native Americans were murdered, and most of those were women and children. Jim Crow laws, which led to segregation in schools, in public bathrooms. 40 Acres and a Mule, which was actually talked about in the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. That is when people of color were told they were being given land for everything they went through. That was sadly not the case. And there's also the Holocaust and 9/11, which we all know about those. And these are looked at as very awful and sad moments in history. When teaching history, it is important to not sugarcoat it. You don't want to tone it down in any way, because you don't want to repeat it. History can also be inspiring, and that can make you want to spark change. Some inspiring change moments was the civil rights movement, the anti-bullying movement, the Me Too movement, and many other movements have all inspired change. Always remember your voice is powerful, and use it whenever you believe something is wrong. Always speak up. Another fun fact, when I have a stomach ache, I always down a bottle of ketchup. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, that's pretty normal. You may be wondering, like, why in the heck would I do that? I actually don't. In the 1830s, ketchup was sold as medicine, as a cure for stomach aches. So I don't know if anybody has actually tried that method, but if you have a stomach ache right now, you can try that. I mean, that would be interesting. So let us know in the chat if that works or not. Charles Munger stated that there is no better teaching than history in determining the future. There are answers worth billions of dollars in a $30 history book. History does not, and this is to go off of Charles Munger's point, history does not only have to be taught using textbooks. Here are some other options. You can use documentaries, podcasts, field trips, that includes virtual field trips too, slideshows, like the one I'm doing now. Your kids can use that to engage and understand topics better. News articles could work. These are just some ways to teach history without a textbook. You got to see what works best for you, and don't be afraid to try new things. You might actually like history. I know there's a lot of people in here that do. Some people, not me, have gone their whole lives hating history. What if I told you that you may actually like history? It just might depend on your interests. I will list some historical things to look up for you guys. If you like video games, look at this article. It talks about the father of the video game and how they started. For music, this article goes over the different eras of music. So I think that was a really interesting article to look at. For sports, you can look at this one. My favorite, it listed a bunch of different articles for sports history. My favorite was Jackie Robinson, because I just love the story of Jackie Robinson. And if you want to watch something about Jackie Robinson, I would recommend 42. That is a great movie about Jackie Robinson and the history of baseball. Reflections. History is extremely important to me. I personally love history. The stories, learning new things, gaining an understanding of why things are the way they are, comparing different time periods, and many other factors are why I fell in love with history. We are living through history today. We will be in some kind of textbook in the future, unless they skip over a generation, which I wouldn't be surprised. Just kidding. It is important to know that there are different types of history. There's history in sports, music, cultures, and really anything. There are several ways to teach about history, as I discussed. You can use textbooks, videos, virtual field trips, and podcasts, anything like that. History is something that we cannot change. We can only make the future better. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation. I look forward to teaching history. It does not matter what time period. It could be any of the four. I hope this presentation made you guys rethink your discipline. I'm just kidding. You guys all have great disciplines. But thank you guys for listening.